No fetus.
I'm child free, so that means I'm only responsible for me.
Good for you.
I'm child free, and I can eat girl dinner any day of the week.
I'm not having children.
I'm not either.
No.
Well, got a little stat for you.
Go on.
18% of women over 40 don't have kids. Half of women at 30 don't have kids.
Exactly.
In another 8 years,
Yeah.
there'll be nobody having kids. Mostly because climate change will destroy the planet.
Good you don't have any kids. At least we've saved a lot of unborn kids, having and caring irresponsible mothers. I mean, I think it's a win-win here.
I'm 39 and happily child free, but every so often I'll wonder, is it true? Like, you have to have kids to like have a life that's worth living? Just you gotta have so many kids. Like, is it true?
What is a deal breaker for you?
Somebody who says they don't like babies, kids.
Good, because I've been waiting to talk about this for a hot minute. There is nothing wrong with not wanting children. I get the reasons why people don't want children.
I was chatting with a guy at work today, and he asked me if I had any kids, to which I responded with, "Oh no, I'm not going to have children." And he kind of laughs, and he's like, "Oh, you say that now, but never say never." To which I responded with, "No, I know for a fact that I'm never going to have children." He got a little curious at that part and was like, "Oh, you know this?" To which I then responded with, "Yeah, I've known since I was a child that I don't want to have kids."
I'll repeat it again. It's great that these women don't have kids. We've saved so many unborn kids from having irresponsible parents, irresponsible baby mamas. We don't want to be seeing that.
Guys, I always thought people were joking when they say that they use men for money, but some of you guys are actually true to this lifestyle. Like, I'm going to tell you this story that happened yesterday. I'm actually already laughing thinking about it. Like, disclaimer though, if you're a man, don't let this be a way to validate the idea that like, oh my gosh, women are using me for money, like gold diggers, blah, blah, blah. You still need to have gold to dig, okay? But just take this as like a red flag. Okay, so to set the scene, I'm at work, yeah, and it's Boxing Day, so it's really busy, blah, blah, blah. And this man comes up to me, yeah, and he wanted help finding this perfume. And it was Gucci Guilty, okay? Just so you want to imagine it in your head. Anyway, so I'm going to find this perfume for him, yeah, and it was sold out. So I told him, like, no, it's sold out, like, we don't have it. And he's like, oh, I'd like kind of need it for my friend. And I'm like, it's sold out, I'm so sorry. And this friend was a girl, by the way, like, actually a woman, because he was like late 30s to early 40s, I would say. But anyways, and he's like, oh, like, can you get on the phone with her and tell her that it's sold out? And I was like, just tell her it's sold out. Like, obviously I didn't say that. I was like, oh, maybe just tell her. And he's like, no, she's not going to believe me. Like, and I was like, what? And he's like, she's going to think that I'm like, just don't want to buy it for her. Anyway, so I'm on FaceTime with this lady telling her like, I'm so sorry, it's sold out. And guys, tell me why she hangs up on me. And I was just like, damn, tough crowd. But anyways, I had to take his phone and text her and be like, it's sold out, because she wouldn't believe him. And I was just like, what's going on? So I was just like, is everything all good? Like, is there anything else I can help with? Like, any other perfume maybe? Anyways, and then he starts to offer up all this gossip. Like, he was just telling me everything. He was like, is it normal to like constantly like buy presents for like your friend that's not your girlfriend, but that's your friend? And I was like, I don't know, like it depends on the relationship. Anyways, he's like, I constantly have to buy her things. Like I buy her perfumes, like clothes, like jewelry, everything. And I was like, oh, I don't know, like it sounds kind of like a girlfriend. And he's like, yeah.
If your story is true, like you had so much patience listening to him and dealing with that, and that man is simping. That's how he's simping. And you need to get over the friend, whoever put him in the friend zone.
Anyways, then he's just going on about like all the stuff he's bought her. And guys, he started pulling out receipts. Like, it's not funny, I'm actually not laughing, but it's just, anyway, so he pulls up his Uber history. Why has he spent thousands and thousands of dollars on this lady's Ubers? And you think it doesn't get worse? He pulls up photos of the dates they've been on, guys. Their first dates. Keep in mind, this is a friend, yeah, but I don't think he took it this way. So their first date, okay, so imagine a nice fancy restaurant, yeah? This is the table. This is him. This is his friend, the girlfriend, that's not the girlfriend. Her two friends on the two other seats. And he's like, so do you think it's normal to bring two friends to the date? And I was just like... And guys, in the photo, all three of the friends, they all had champagne glasses. This is probably some expensive ass champagne too, yeah. They're all like this cheersing, and he's just there in the photo like this. I felt so...
I'm curious, how do you have all these details? I mean, was the man pouring his heart out like, oh, he's been trying to get this girl and she's friend-zoned him like that? Like, but whatever it is he's doing, he needs to stop doing that this year. He should.
bad. And to make it worse, there was like multiple photos of the friends at these dinner dates. And I was just like, this cannot be normal. Like, and I was just like, I think maybe she's using you. And he's like, do you think? And I was like, And he was like, but I like spending time with her, but like when we go out.
It's not even an issue of thinking she's using him. She's friend-zoned him, but still she wants to get things for free because she knows that she's gonna get it from the guy. The guy is a simp. She's gonna get it, whether in a relationship or no relationship, she's gonna get. So if she can have the benefits, what's the point of like? She's not gonna date him if she has access to his financials. When they are not even dating, what's the point? Why should she do it? There's no thrill about it. I mean, where's she gonna get the thrill, the excitement to do it? The guy has already given everything he's got.
And like they'll be walking and she like refuses to hold his hand. It's actually not funny, like, but she's making it clear at least. Anyways, and then he was starting to tell me a bit too much. I was like, okay, back to the perfume. Like he was like, she never even like holds my hand, she never kisses me. And I was like, okay, this is where I don't feel bad for you anymore, because you're obviously using her for her time and you're trying to like get a romantic relationship out of her when she's made it clear, like if she doesn't want to hold your hand.
What you mean is using her for her time? I mean, she's the one benefiting here. All those dates you're talking about, she even took some pictures for her IG. I mean, it's another collection of pictures on her IG on the man's expense. He's emotionally invested.
Obviously she doesn't like you, you know? Like, I'm sorry, using someone for their time and company is on the same level as using someone for money. Because time is money. At least in my head, I don't know. And I said this to the guy. Obviously, I said it in a nicer way, but that's what I said. And guys, you know how we ended the convo? Like, after I thought I got through to him, he said, oh, is there any other places that sell this perfume?
And having kids is not all that it's cracked up to be. I have none. I don't miss it. I'm not a mother. I'm not a granny. And when they want to call me granny in an interview article, I say, call me witch, anything, but do not call me granny. It's by choice that I'm not a granny, and I never will be. Thank you very much. I so love.
At least we've saved so many babies. Like I said, we've saved so many children from irresponsible and cruel mothers.
I'm going to say something that will make some people upset. I think we need to normalize regretting having your children. I'm a therapist and I work with kids, teens, young adults, as well as parents.
So this is a person now, she's advocating that people need to start regretting having their kids. Imagine your parents, they call you, son, I regret having you. This thing you're doing, I regret having you. Or you're just having a good conversation. I regret having you because of the child support I have to pay. How would you feel? You're trying to traumatize people or what? It's good that you're not having any babies so that we save these kids from mental health issues.
And there are so many parents who have been vulnerable enough with me in their therapy sessions to admit that they regret having their children. Now, before you shame those parents, these are really, really good parents. Now, these aren't all parents that I work with. It's just a emotion that does come up in therapy that I don't think really gets talked about, because if they were to say some of these words out loud or to other people, they would get shamed for it. And don't get me wrong, these are amazing parents. They're great parents. They love their children. They would do anything for their children. They would never give their children up. But it's just talking about the emotion of regretting having them.
What is something that you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
That a lot of parents out there regret having kids. A lot of women have been sold on the idea that being a mother is everything, and that if you don't have kids, then what good are you? And then once they have kids, it's not all flowers and roses like they've been told.
No, because sometimes these women, they chose irresponsible men to breed with. Chose an irresponsible guy that won't show up to be a father. You regret because of the decisions you make and not because of the children. The children are innocent. You were once a kid. Did your parents regret having you?